All right, tonight I'm going to run a modern NASCAR race. This is going to be the 2001 Protection 1 400 from Kansas Speedway. And this was the first race they ever ran at Kansas Speedway. Quick look at the starting grid for this race. We got Kenny Wallace in the number one. He was filling in for Steve Park at the time. Rusty Wallace in the two. Kevin LePage. And this car set is about as accurate as I could get it. This race was actually the third weekend after 9/11, and so a lot of cars had like American flags on them and special patriotic paint schemes. This number four car had an American flag where it says Max right there on the hood. I couldn't find that car, so we're just gonna go with the default looking number four car. Terry Labonte in the five, Mark Martin in the six, Mike Wallace in the seven, Dale Jr. in the eight, Bill Elliott, Jason Leffler. He started on the pole for this race, um, but I don't think he didn't do very well, and I think he eventually ended up in a wreck. Ryan Newman in the 02. I always kind of liked that car. I liked Ryan Newman when he was a rookie. Johnny Benson. This car looked a lot different. It was black on the front and kind of had like orangish and reddish flames back here, or those marks, whatever you call them. But I couldn't find that car, so we're just going to go with this one. Brett Bodine, Jeremy Mayfield, Ron Hornaday. So this is the car I'm going to drive. I'm missing one car that was in this race. That was the number 57 CLR car that was driven by Derek Cope. I couldn't find that car on Stunot or anything, so it left one spot open. So Ron Hornaday was one of the cars that didn't qualify for this race. I'm going to race as Ron Hornaday. Rick Mast and Kyle Petty also didn't qualify for this race. There's Michael Waltrip with his, yeah, we got his American patriotic theme going. Matt Kenseth, Bobby Labonte, Casey Atwood, Tony Stewart, Elliott Sadler, Ward Burton, Jeff Gordon, of course. He actually won this race. Jerry Nadeau, Jimmy Spencer, love Jimmy Spencer, and I used to work at Kmart, so I always liked that car. Ricky Rudd, Kevin Harvick, Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordon was, I think he was filling in for Mike Skinner at this time. I'm not sure if they had totally made the change yet. They might have. Maybe they did make the change already. Robbie Gordon in the 31. We got Ricky Craven in the 32. Joe Nemechek. Ken Schrader. He was in the Pedigree 36 car for this one. Sterling Marlin. So his car just looked like a huge American flag. And then it said like proud to be American on the quarter panels and stuff. Couldn't find that car, so we're just going to go with the default. John Andretti, Buckshot Jones, Bobby Hamilton, Todd Bodine, Robert Presley, Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett was in an all brown car, but they had that promotion where they'd say, we want to race the truck. I couldn't find that car, so again, just going with the default. Hut Strickland, Stacy Compton, Dave Blaney, Andy Houston, Kurt Busch, and Jeff Burton. And Jeff Burton had some like stars in the blue section of the car to make it kind of look like an American flag. But that's all the starting cars except for Derek Cope in the 57 CLR car. All right, so this is Kansas. 100% was 267 laps. Let's see, 98% realistic. Full pace lap, yellow flags, double foul restarts. I looked at the weather report. The high was 73, so I'm going to go with 71. And it was clear. There were no clouds or anything. And I am doing the qualify fast. I haven't made any changes to it. And honestly, I haven't, I kind of wanted to do this race because I haven't run some of these default tracks because they didn't race them in the 90s. So this track, I hadn't done a lap at this track in like 20 years until last night. I did a couple practice laps, a couple qualifying sessions, and then I did a race without caution flags. for about 80 laps just to check tire wear and stuff, and it seemed pretty even and stuff. So, all right, going right to qualifying. And this is the Cup 2000 mod. I've only run this mod once before at Texas. So it's kind of cool to do something a little different. And I think it's going to be a while before I ever like have a season with some of these tracks in like Kansas, Chicagoland, Homestead. Pretty sure I'm going to qualify poorly. Really, I just want to be as far up pit road as possible to help with pit stops.
One more lap.
If I could be like 38th or better, that'd be great. Too fast going into turn 3. It got kind of high. Oh.
All right, there's the checkered
43rd. All right, well, that's worse than I've been doing. I was qualifying about 30-something. Yeah, I was about 30, I think 34th was the best I had done. Let's see, where's my volume here? Yeah, I feel like it's too loud. All right, well, that puts me right at the end of pit road. I'm not very happy about that. I figured I would be somewhere between like 36th to 40th. I didn't think I'd be 43rd. I mean, I know I could have done a little better than that, but I did mess up turn 3 and 4. All right, let's see. I kind of want to see.
Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Kind of want to see coming on pit road where my pit stall is in relation to the line. All right, it says 45, but it looks like it's actually a little over 3,500 in second gear. So right at 3,500 should be good.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
I think stopping or starting to stop right at the Cabela sign is the best way to go. And there is this kind of long entry here.
Keep it under 3,500 in second. You're too far forward.
Yeah.
Back up.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, so typically it seems like the line is kind of back here. And so you really have to get on the brakes coming onto pit road to make sure you're down at speed limit or to get to this first pit stall. Here, there's a long runoff until the line, which is further down pit road. So that helps a little bit. But still, it's pretty... and it's a wide pit road, so if you swing off up along this yellow line, then you got to swing way over here to get to the pit stall. So being that first pit stall... I don't like that, but it will make getting into my pit stall a little easier if we're under caution and not having to pull in around people. Yeah, I didn't mean to qualify that poorly, but it is what it is. I think we're going to get the real Ron Hornaday experience in 2001. I think it's going to be pretty tough. I imagine I'll be struggling for a top 20 unless I can get lucky with a caution or something. All right, and it says I can go 65 laps on a tank of fuel. I don't know that I'm going to go that far because the right front tire tends to wear out pretty quick here. So I'm hoping to go that far, but I'm thinking I'm going to pit on like lap 61 or 62. When I practiced this last night, I was one of the first cars going down pit road. But the good thing is there's not usually many cautions here. So I'm not too worried about like being one of the first people to pit and then a caution comes out and then I'm stuck like 2 laps down or whatever. So if I'm one of the first cars to pit, I think that's all right. Last night when I practiced this, right when it said the leader is pitting for the first time, my right front tire turned red. So I had to pit like the next lap. All right. I think it'll go okay. I just want a clean race, no wrecks, no DNFs. Just be running at the finish, and if I can be running at the finish with an undamaged car, I'll be happy. And hopefully I can get in the top 20. Especially if I can get some attrition going, that would be cool. All right, let's see how it goes. Last night, when after the first pit stop,
Drivers
on
to
lap
your cars.
right about lap 73 is when I backed out of the race, but right around lap 73, I had pit and I came off and I was in 18th. So if I can be in that spot, that'll be pretty good. But I didn't have cautions on or anything for that last night. I was just checking the tire wear, trying to go a full green flag pit sequence. All right, here we go.
Drivers, start your engines!
And this is AI Line Mod's single race ratings in Nratings too. But I only clicked the box for this race, so the ratings are based on how they finished in this race in real life. But it being 2001, I think the AI Line Mod ratings are way better when it comes to like late 90s, early 2000s racing. So I think these ratings I think will work pretty good for this race. The car gets really upset if you take your foot off the gas and hit the brake. So going into the corners, I'm going to keep my foot on the gas the whole time and just brake to slow the car down. But if I take my foot off the gas, the car wants to spin to the inside and it gets really unstable.
Get ready now. Going green.
Hopefully I don't run into the back of anyone.
Pace car's in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. Car outside.
Pick a lane, Sadler.
Still there. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Still there.
All right, now I'm really 3 wide.
Outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Car outside.
And I'm already wanting to say Steve Park instead of Kenny Wallace.
Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Car outside. Still there. Clear. Outside.
Man, Ward Burton costing me some spots right there.
Clear. Outside. Clear. Inside. Clear inside.
Whoa, don't touch that apron.
Outside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside.
You know, Hub Strickland right there. So with the AI line mod ratings, the starting grids tend to be a lot more jumbled up, which is how it was in real life. So a car like Hud Strickland, he must have done well in qualifying, but he's just falling backwards. And then there will be cars that start in the back that move forward.
Outside.
Like Kurt Busch was looking pretty good.
Clear outside.
But I think he's now kind of stuck behind some people. Or stuck back in traffic.
Outside.
There's Sattler again. Didn't I already pass him like twice? How's he back in front of me?
Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Still there. Clear outside.
Thinking Matt Kenseth could be fast too.
Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
I think my car is pretty good at diving into turn 1 and diving into 3 faster than the AI. But I think that's also how I was burning up the right front tire last night. So I don't want to do that too much. All right, apparently Sadler is pretty fast. So he's now pulling away.
Still there. Clear outside.
Sadler was trying to pass Labonte up there. If they can get to racing, hopefully I'll catch up to him. See, I think I dived too deep into the corners, and then the AI got a better run coming off the corner. And diving too deep into the corner is what wears out my right front. Someone's coming off pit road. Oh, okay, that's Strickland. See if I can go on the outside of Andy Houston here.
Clear.
No. All right, held off Bobby Labonte there.
Outside.
All right, looks like Kurt Busch has worked his way through everyone, and he's now right behind me and wanting to get by. I think I'm going to have to let him go. Yeah, here he comes.
Car inside. Clear inside.
Now that's Harvick behind me, I think. And Hud Strickland with fresh tires. Kind of missed the turn there. It's okay though. Let's let Hud Strickland go around. He's on fresh tires.
Clear.
Ooh, almost hit the wall. Harvick's trying to pass. I'll let him go.
Still there.
Go, Harvick. Come on.
Clear. Inside. Still there.
Slowing us down.
Clear.
All right, that right front is starting to not feel as good. I need to be a little more careful with it. or it's not going to make it to pit stops. After we on 43. Alright, I gotta go like 20 more laps. Oh, it looks like Kurt Busch almost took someone up to the wall here. I think that's the 55. Yeah, Bobby Hamilton. So you can tell, like, all right, Kurt Busch and Harvick are good. They're gonna make their way to the front over the course of the race, or at least to the top 10, it looks like. Bobby Hamilton looks like I might be faster than him, but he started a lot further ahead of me because I started last. I mean, everyone started further ahead than me. But over the course of the run, it looks like I'm better than Bobby Hamilton. Going on in the lead. Okay, Newman's in the lead. Yeah, Newman's got a huge lead. So I'll bet he's like the fastest car, or one of the fastest cars, and he probably started like in the top 5. So from the second the green came out, he just takes off. Catching me. Schrader.
Clear inside. Car inside. Clear inside.
Alright, I'm going to try and just ride with Schrader here until the pit stop. Oh, they hit the brakes so early going into 3. It scares me. Alright. See if I can stay with Schrader and pit in about 10 laps. That's Newman behind me, it looks like. Yeah.
Here comes the leader. Inside. Still there. Clear. Car inside. Still there. Clear.
And I didn't think I'd go a lap down this early. I thought I'd make it to about lap 80. But Ryan Newman is just kind of taken off. All the way out to the wall. Tire, yeah. Looks like I'm still catching Bobby Hamilton, and same thing with Ricky Craven up there. Looks like I might be a little faster than him. So there's still spots to gain, as long as I don't pop this right front.
outside. Clear outside.
Boy, that tire looks bad. I'm pretty sure that's just driving style. Yeah, there it goes red. Okay. I got to pit like next time, and I'm only at 63. I just run the tire way too hard. They're trying to overdrive the car into the corners. All right, I'm gonna pit this time. Make sure I get slowed down because I'm the
Keep it
first
under
pit stall.
45. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Okay, too slow.
Go, go, go! Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Come on.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Whoa.
Car inside.
Jesus, he's pitting.
Clear.
Yeah, okay. Rudd was pitting right when I was going into turn 3. That was dangerous. Alright, I gotta take care of this right front on this run. Looks like I'm definitely gonna be one of the short pitters. Hopefully this will get me back on the lead lap for the time being. Once everyone pits and it cycles around.
The leader's pitting now. Car inside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Car inside. Clear inside. The leader's pitting now.
Yeah, okay, there's Newman. So I'm technically back on the lead lap now, once it cycles back around. But I think Newman's probably going to catch me here pretty quick. There's Harvick. So So short pitting, I've gotten in front of him. Alright, so I pit on lap 63, and it looks like some of the AI didn't pit till like lap 70. So those cars are going to be able to go a lot longer than me, and if it goes green, I'm going to have to make an extra pit stop compared to those guys.
Outside. Clear.
Okay, here's Hud Strickland. He's now on old tires. See if I can pick Bill Elliott here.
Clear.
That worked out really well. Well, if I could get a caution right now, that would really be awesome. I don't think I'm going to get it, though. unless someone runs over Hut Strickland. Comes Newman.
Here comes the leader, inside. Clear inside.
Here comes Harvick.
Inside.
Whoa,
Clear.
way high, way high.
Inside. Still there. You're up top, 3 wide, inside.
31 is being kind of stupid. That must be Robbie Gordon.
Clear inside. Inside.
Mike Skinner wouldn't pull a move like that. I mean, it's AI, not that it like really makes a difference, but it's Robbie Gordon, so. All right, well, short petting seemed to help me gain some positions, that's for sure. And I had a chance of staying on the lead lap there if a caution had come out. So I'm 16th. I'm usually the one that likes to stay out as long as possible, but I keep wearing out the right front here, so I didn't really have much of a choice. I did notice last night that when I was really abusing the right front, those temps could get up to like 247. So I think them being in the low 240s, it's a little better. Shows I'm taking care of it a little more.
Car outside. Clear.
Well, it's a lot easier. Okay, here comes Bobby Hamilton. He has a little fresher tires than me. He really wants by.
outside. Clear inside.
It's a lot easier when I'm racing like the 92 roster. Then I know the cars really well, and I know with having the same Nratings formula, I know which cars are fast, which ones are slow, so which one's a lap down, which one I'm probably lapping for the second time. But then having this roster with the AI line mod ratings, it's a little harder to tell. So like Jeremy Mayfield is behind me. I wasn't sure if that was for position or what. But it looks like he's 2 laps down. So I'm lapping him. But Bobby Hamilton is for position right in front of me. But since I short pit so early, now Hamilton has a little pressure tires on me. So he should be a little faster than me on this run, or about equal. Looks like he's a little faster. Okay, and that right front tire temp is going down, so that's good. Trying to take care of that tire on this run. I need to go to at least lap 126. I'd like to go to at least 128, but we'll see. We're catching up to a huge group of cars up here. And they're all double file like the start of the race. I'd be willing to bet Hud Strickland is in that mess somewhere, holding people up. Oh! Oh, wreck, don't hit him. Okay.
Slow car up high. We got trouble in turn 3. Pit road is closed. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 55 car.
Boy, I could see that happening. That group of cars was just all on top of each other. And there's a red car that was kind of involved. That might have been Hut Strickland. Yeah, that's Hut Strickland. So he was going all slow, and they all kind of got tangled up with each other here. All right. I can't pit this time, I don't think, because I'm a lap down. I'll just follow Bobby Hamilton if he goes
Pit road
down.
is now open.
Yep, he's going down. Okay, I guess we're all pitting.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. The pace cars on the front stretch. The pace cars.
Oh, there's still cars coming in.
Yes, we nailed that stop. Great
Don't
work,
hit
guys.
me.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500
Who's that, Dale?
in second. The pace
Yeah,
cars
let Dale
in
go.
turn 2.
All right. Don't want any pit road shenanigans.
The pace cars on the back straight. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 55 car.
All right, so I came out pretty much exactly where I went in. We're right behind the 55. All right, well that resets me with the tire wear. So I should, if I take care of the tire, hopefully I can make it further than 63 laps this time. But I'll probably end up short pitting again because that right front just wears out with the way I drive, I guess. I think it's a driving style issue because I tend to dive it pretty deep into the corners and then it slides up a little bit in the middle. And so it's just wearing out the right front. But I'd rather my car be a little more tight than loose, so I'm leaving it alone. All right, what's going on here? So Kevin Harvick is on the tail end. There's 5 guys in front of the leader. Did those guys not pit? I don't know.
We're going green next time by. We're not on the lead lap. Get on the inside line. Stay behind the 55 car on the inside line.
All right, well, I'm nervous. Hopefully I can get through this restart. As long as I hold my line, I think I'll be okay. I think the car is going to be really loose with the cold tires. I want to make sure I don't run into the back of anyone because they're going to hit the brakes pretty hard going into turn 3. And then the car is a little hard to handle in 3 and 4, so just don't go on that apron. I think I'll be okay. I'm kind of right in the middle of the storm here, though. Not a good place to restart. I think I'll be all right, though. We'll see. Be confident.
Get ready now. Going green.
Try to give myself a little buffer.
Pace car's in. Green, green, green. Outside. Clear.
All right, here comes Schrader on the inside.
Clear inside. Car inside.
Little loose in the middle of the turn there.
Car inside. Still there. Clear inside. Car inside.
Oh, stay back there, Ricky. Don't hit me. Don't hit me, buddy. Thank you.
Still there.
Hutt slowing up the outside line here. But there's no way to get down. Don't hit me, Ricky.
Still there. got him. 3 wide. Car outside. Clear.
All right, so it wasn't Hud Strickland that was slowing everyone down. It was Bill Elliott. Which makes sense because Bill Elliott blew up in this race in real life, so his ratings probably aren't very good.
Clear inside.
Sliding
Car
it into the
inside.
turn a little bit.
Clear.
That's not good for the right front.
Still there. Clear inside. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Inside.
God, I almost hit that wall and then I almost hit Ricky.
Clear. Car inside.
Oh, shoot.
Clear. Car inside. Still there.
I thought I had beat Ricky Rudd into the turn, but I did not.
Still there. Clear. Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Clear.
See how that tire temp looks. 243s.
Car inside.
getting all out of shape right there.
Clear inside. Inside. Still there. Still there. Clear inside. Car inside. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. You're up top, 3 wide, inside.
What the?
You're up top, 3 wide, inside. Clear. Car inside. Clear inside.
Nadu let the 43 get under him and put me 3 wide on the outside. Come on. Well, I was giving Mark Martin a really hard time, though. He was trying to pass me for like 3 or 4 laps. I just kept running him really hard. See, the 43 car looks really good. I'm guessing he's one of the leaders on the lead lap. Because he's not for position. I'd be really shocked if he was 2 laps down.
Car inside. Still there. Clear.
All right, those 2 are trying to wreck me. All right, and Nadu is for position.
Car outside. Still there. Clear outside.
right, Terry was for position. That'll get me back in 20th. Andretti, oh, okay, Andretti is 2 laps down. Here comes Nadu again.
Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, how are those temps looking? They look okay. Well, I don't have any idea what lap we went green on.
There's the cross flag. We're halfway home.
Oh, okay, that's good. Halfway. Well, John Andretti just won't leave me alone. Can't man NATO back there. NATO. They're just pestering me. And I'm surprised Mark Martin is 8th. And I'm running with him. So he must just like have a bad set of tires or something. All right, where is the leader? It's that button.
Leaders at the start-finish line. Now.
Okay, that's not bad. So I'm about half a lap back. And John Andretti is back to pester me some more. He just, you know, like I'm following Mark Martin here. I get in a really good rhythm. At some points, it looks like I'm almost faster than Mark Martin. Taking care of my tire. And then John Andretti comes up here and just starts getting annoying. All right, the tire looks like I can go about 15 more laps. See, there's Andretti. Looking low. All right, it says projected laps 21. It said I could go 66. So if that's accurate, then I'm on lap 45 right now, since the green flag. Which means I'd like to go another 20 laps. See, look at this run I got on Mark Martin. If I'm a little more like careful going into the corner, then I can get the run coming off. And that's so much faster than trying to dive down into the corner, which is what I've been doing, which doesn't work so well. Oh, there's the 22, and he's got damage. Oh, that was not a good move. All right. Yeah, now I'm stuck up here.
Clear inside.
Boy, that was not a good move at all.
Clear.
So the 22 was in that wreck. He crumpled up his rear end. But I noticed, depending on how close I was to his back bumper, the shape of the damage kept changing. I noticed that when I ran this mod at Texas. I think that's an issue with the mod, but I'm not certain about that. All right, I gotta start watching this tire. It's not looking too hot. Okay, same thing with Bill Elliott here, or is this, I think this is Atwood. His bumper is kind of doing something funky too. So he must have a little damage also. But man, that one dumb move on Ward Burton, and look how much time I lost to these dudes. I lost one position to Jerry Nadeau, and I lost about a second and a half, I'd say, 2 seconds. way too deep into that corner. Oh, shit. Alright, I got a pit. And I think it's a little early, but not gonna risk it. Got a pit.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Go, go, go! Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Don't speed.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Here comes the leader.
Alright, maybe I didn't pit too early.
The leader's pitting now. Car inside.
Looks
Clear
like
inside.
I probably went 63 laps like I did on that first run. Oh, okay, what lap did I pit? 160?
There's an accident in the pit.
No, no caution. No caution. All right, there's Mark Martin. I'm going around him right now. All right, so I pit on 160. If I go 63 laps, I should be able to go to 223. You know, and there's a couple of guys whose bumpers are doing that. I think under that caution, I think there might have been some people running into the back of each other in turn 3 as we were coming around to pit road. And so a lot of cars have a little damage, but it only shows like sometimes, depending on how far you are from the car that you're looking at, or the car that has damage. Well, short pitting it, I'm now up to 13. It's looking pretty good. Just makes me so nervous when you short pit it like that. And then you hear spotters saying there's wrecks on pit road and stuff. It just makes me worried that they're going to throw the caution, and then I'm really screwed back on my 30-something. All right, here comes Mark Martin. He's now going to have a couple lap fresher tires than me. He should be a lot faster. Just let him go.
Still there. Clear inside. Car inside.
Is that Andy Houston? Yeah,
Clear
96.
inside.
All right, where is the leader?
Leaders at the start finish line. Now.
All right, that's not bad. I should safely be just one lap down for a while. Here comes Kenny Wallace.
Car inside. Clear inside. Car inside.
Jesus, the 10 is all slow.
Clear inside.
All right, the one car is one of the cars I passed by short pitting. So he's a little faster than me already, and he's got a couple lap fresher tires. So I think he would be pretty fast getting around me. Let him go.
Inside. Still there. Still there. Clear.
Smoke in turn one. Looks like someone got in the wall. No caution. Comes Kurt Busch and a few others.
Inside. Clear. Inside. Still there. Clear inside. Car inside.
Bush, Hamilton, and
Still there.
Nemechek.
Still there. Still there. Clear inside. Inside. Still there. Still there. Clear.
All right, I'm in 18th or 19th? 18th. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, pushing way up in turn 1. See, just way over driving it, get into turn 1, and that's what is wearing out the right front. It's just driving style. I just haven't driven this track very much. Well, hardly at all in a long, long time. And then if I overdrive it going into 1, I end up overdriving it trying to come off 2. And it just doesn't work very well. If I would be a little more conservative going into 1, I could get a much better run coming off 2. It's just, I don't know, my brain just doesn't want to do that.
Car inside. Clear.
Here comes Schrader.
Car inside. Still there. Clear.
All right, so I said I pit on lap, what was it, 260? Hold on, we're getting hung up here behind the 19, I think. Or is that the 9? I'm not sure.
Car inside.
Well, I was watching the race up ahead of me, and I almost missed the turn. Trying to see if the 55 was going to get under him. Okay,
Outside.
why are we driving on the apron?
Clear.
All right, someone was out. I think that was Benson. And I don't think that was a spot, so that's not going to help me.
Car inside. Clear inside. Car inside.
Okay, that's
Clear
Elliott.
inside.
Oh, more smoke in turn one. It's like someone
Yellow
else.
flag is out.
Okay,
Let's go.
caution.
Race back to the line. Car outside. Clear.
All right,
We got
this-
a wreck in the pit.
Oh, big wreck down the back straightaway.
Car outside. We got trouble on the back straight. Clear outside. You got a slow car up high.
All right, I'm good, I'm good.
There's an accident in turn 3.
Big wreck.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 8 car.
All right, well, here's the problem. That is like worst case scenario because we're on lap 199. There's 68 to go. I know I can't go 68 laps on one set of tires. I'd have to pit after 63. So I would have to pit with 5 laps to go to get another set of right side tires, and that's going to suck.
Pit road is now open.
All right, I'm going to go around here. I think I'm pretty much just want to get caught up. So some AI, I think, are going to be able to go to the checkered flag on this pit stop. I don't think I'm going to be able to because my tire is going to turn red with like 4 or 5 laps to go. I was thinking about that, but then I started racing in that pack, and so I never got to mention it. But so kind of like a fuel mileage race, I think this is going to be a tire mileage race for me at least, if it goes green from here. All right, I'm pitting this time.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. The pace cars on the front stretch. We'll give you 1 can of fuel. Go, go, go! Yes!
No.
We nailed that stop.
I'm
Great work,
getting a
guys.
drink.
The pace cars in turn 1. Limits 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. The pace cars in turn 2.
God, can't just sit here for a second and get a drink. It's like yelling at me. All right, well, the good thing is I think we
Pace
wrecked
cars on the back straight.
I think a whole bunch of cars wrecked out of the race. Or there was just cars everywhere on the back straightaway.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
So that's
Stay
going to
behind
be
the 8 car.
that's going to be a lot of free positions for me. Yeah, I'm the last car 1 lap down in 16th. All right, what is Waltrip doing here? Can I pass him? Yeah, okay, he's out.
We're going green next time by. We're not on the lead lap. Get on the inside line. Stay behind the 8 car on the inside line.
All right, so there's only 8 cars on the lead lap now. I'm pretty much guaranteed 16th or better as long as I don't lose another lap. And I think a lot of these cars are going to have damage, so I should be better than them. A whole bunch of cars are out now. All right, so the big thing is, on this run, I have to really save my tires, because I got to go 65 laps, or 64 under green. And so far, I've only been able to make it 63. And I don't want to get a flat with like 2 laps to go. If I do get a flat with 2 to go, I'll just drive on the apron and finish the race. But that's if there's not another caution. All right, thankfully I'm starting in the back here. This is my favorite place to restart. Restarting on 203.
Green, green, green.
All right, Junior and Compton are really slow, it looks like. Just take it really easy here. Be good to the tires.
Outside. Clear.
Compton's going to be good in the corner,
Car inside.
but he's going to be slow down the
Clear
straightaway.
inside. Outside. Outside. Clear. Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Clear.
Boy, Nemechek is all over my bumper. Don't really like that.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. We got trouble in turn 2.
All right, well that works out well for me. Now I can get some new tires and I know I can make it to the end.
Pit road is closed. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 01 car.
All right, and I'm a lap down. I shouldn't be able to pit this time, but I think they're gonna let us. Though, honestly, I don't really want to pit this time. I'd like to just go around again so I can start in the back. Actually, you know, some of these guys aren't pitting. I'm wondering are they that convinced that they can go to the end?
Pit road is now open.
All right, I'm gonna go around. And I'm gonna pit the next time. Let's see what happened there. Was it Presley maybe? You know, a bunch of guys got knocked out in that wreck, but I think I was only racing with Schrader, Sadler, and Hamilton. All right, I'm pitting this time.
Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500. In seconds, past the 88 car. The pace cars in turn 1. Go, go, go! Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500. In seconds, the pace cars in turn 2.
And one thing I don't like about this mod is I hate the tack being on the steering column.
The pace cars on the back straight.
Then it's like obscured by my steering wheel, and so I can't really see it. I gotta kind of like duck down. It's the same thing with
Okay, you're clear
the
of pit lane.
Winston
Stay
Cup
behind
98
the
mod.
9 car.
But I think if I try and download the cam hack tool and figure out how it works, then I can kind of like shift the screen up or down and make it a little easier. I'll have to try and figure that out eventually. Okay, I'm restarting in the back. This is my conservative strat because I just don't want to be in the middle of a mess, especially with all these slow broken cars out here and stuff. I'd rather just kind of like get the tires up to temperature and then pick my way through them.
We're going green next time by. We're now on the lead lap. Get on the inside line. Stay behind the 9 car on the inside line.
If Presley, he's on the tail end of the lead lap. If he's really busted up and this stays green, I may be able to make a lap on him and make up a spot. See, and he's on the outside, first one in line. So if he's busted up, this restart's going to be a total mess of people trying to get around him. Newman's in the lead, and then Stewart, Gordon, Wallace, Marlin. All right, I already know Compton is going to be really slow. Yeah, these four in front of me are all pretty slow, so I should be able to get by them pretty quick.
The pace car's in. Green, green, green. Car inside. Clear inside. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Clear. Outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Still there. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Outside. Clear outside.
Hit the apron. Oh, okay. Mark Martin has damage.
Outside. Clear.
Mark Martin is missing his hood too.
Car outside. Clear.
Well, I think a lot of these AI made a big mistake by not pitting under that caution. I think I'm quite a bit faster than them. It's just being careful trying to pick my way through.
Car outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear.
All right, that was for 14. I think next is Kurt Busch.
Car outside.
Stay off the apron.
Clear.
Well, I just love clipping the apron. Car just naturally goes to the apron.
Car outside.
It's a pretty ballsy move, Jeff.
Inside. You're up top, 3 wide. You're up top, 3 wide. Clear. Inside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, Blaney is the next spot. He's about 3 or 4 cars ahead of me. Oh, okay, here comes Stacy Compton. He's all busted up. He'll be really slow on the straightaway.
Outside. Clear. Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Still there. Clear.
Jesus, I ain't going 3 wide.
Still there. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, got some breathing room now. All right, I should be able to catch Dave Blaney here, especially if he's racing Stewart and Harvick. Who are the spots? Okay, Harvick is in 10th. Stewart's pitting. All right, what lap is it? 244. I wonder if those AI that didn't pit under that last caution, now they know they can't make it the rest of the way, so they're pitting so they can get 2 tires of fuel. Or just a splash. All right, well, I'm going to be careful going into turn 3 from now on, just in case people are going to be pitting.
Clear outside.
All right, Earnhardt is damaged.
Outside. Clear.
I'm in 8. I figured it was going to be a struggle to finish in the top 20, but those wrecks knocked out a bunch of good cars, and now I think the AI is employing some pretty shaky pit strategy and allowing me to get a top 10 here. I mean, they all should have pit on that last pit stop, I think. Or on that last caution. All right, I think some of these guys are probably pitting because they need gas. And so when they're pitting, they're probably going to get 2 tires. Like Tony Stewart, who pit already. So I got to watch out and make sure none of these cars with 2 tires sneak up behind me without me paying attention. Hitting buttons. I guess if Presley was in that accident, he didn't sustain any real damage because he's still running pretty good. He must have gotten on the tail end of lead lap by staying out. Well, but everyone stayed out on that last caution. Yeah, I don't know how he ended up where he ended up on that last restart. But I am catching him. All right, now I'm curious if more people are going to pit for a splash and go. There may still be more positions to gain. And Mark Martin, his car is all busted up. And he's already been lapped by the leader, so I would think I'd be catching him pretty soon. Look at him, he's stuck behind the 92 here.
Outside. Clear.
See, that outside move just doesn't work very well. All right, I see Mark Martin up there.
Just 5 more to go. Car outside. Clear. Outside. Clear.
It was John Andretti who was pestering me in that whole second run. All right, let's see if I can catch Mark Martin. His car is all busted up, so he should be going pretty slow. I only got a couple laps. Tire looks fine. I think this is a white flag. Yeah, okay.
White flag. One more lap to go. Outside. Clear outside.
Checkered flag.
All right, there's the checkered flag.
Sixth.
Great job, buddy.
Thanks, spotter.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
All right. All right, export. This was the 2001 Kansas. Save 2001 Kansas. All right, so Ricky Rudd wins it. Ryan Newman second, Jeff Gordon third, Sterling Marlin in fourth, and I actually passed Sterling Marlin right at the end there with a few laps to go. And then Jeff Burton fifth, and then I was the first car one lap down in sixth. And then we got Mark Martin, who was all busted up. Presley, Stewart, Rusty Stewart pit on that last run, so that gave me a free spot. I think probably the same thing with Wallace. He must have pit too. And then Nadu, Harvick, Bush, Andy Houston, Jimmy Spencer, Ricky Craven, Nemechek, Kenseth, Wallace, Jarrett in 20th. And so I was racing around like Harvick and Bush were faster than me. I was racing around like Houston, Spencer, Craven, Nemechek, somewhere in there. But the AI, man, they didn't get tires on that last pit stop, which was dumb, under that caution, because that gave me like 40 laps with 10, 20 lap fresher tires in them. And so I was able to pass all the guys who were a lap down and then caught up to Mark Martin right at the end there because he was running so slow. All right, I want to look at a bunch of these replays. Oh, how many people were out? I think there was 3 cautions, but there was a huge one on the back straightaway. So 33 cars finished the race, and Compton was all busted up, so he was running really slow. Yeah, a lot of guys with damage. Oh, yeah, okay, so Rudd won. The Jeff Gordon won in real life, so still no winner in this race that would be the winner of the real race. All right, I want to look at some of these replays. Let's go back. Not happy hour race. I think AJ Foyt would be pretty happy with a 6th. Hopefully he'll give me another chance to drive this car. Considering that it didn't even start in the real race, and I started last, 43rd, so that's pretty accurate. All right, so the start looked pretty good. I don't remember anything looking too weird on the start. Oh, see, that happened a lot. Sadler here, I've gotten pretty good about watching. See, Sadler's kind of like half a car down from Benson there. And so when I see that, I know like, okay, Sadler's gonna try and cut down. So I just give him room. Well, actually, I looks like I kind of put him in a 3 wide position in the middle, but coming off the corner, I just let him have it. All right, let's see here. So, did I ever go? Oh, okay, here I was actually 3 wide on Kenny Wallace in the 1 and Schrader in the 36. Oh gosh, that looks so dangerous. So Mike Wallace was on the outside too. Let's see, see here. God, so close. Right there. I mean, that far from ruining the race on lap 4. That was pretty lucky. But I think the start was pretty clean. Yeah, and then we ran until there was a pit stop on lap 63, I think. Is this where I came in? Nope. Okay, it was this lap. See, in the car is running fine compared to the AI, but that right front was completely red at this point. Yeah, and I practiced these getting on pit road. Oh, and having that first pit stall is not good. But here, there's a long section here where there's no stalls. So it gives you some extra time to get slowed down if you're the first pit stall. I remember that being more of a thing as the years went on, like in the early 2000s, because guys would be slamming on the brakes way back here in the turn almost, trying to get on pit road. Because pit road would start like right at the wall. All right, so that, oh yeah, and I came off pit road and almost ran right into Ricky Rudd because he was going on pit road right there. Yeah, that was dangerous. But I survived that. That seemed okay. And then there was the first caution. Right in here. Let's see if I could see what happened. I always liked that Kellogg's paint scheme too. That's a pretty sweet looking car. I don't know. I think the Cornflakes car is more iconic, but that Frosted Flakes one was always pretty cool too. Oh, that's right. There was that huge group in front of me. I was watching it. Yeah, all of these guys here, they were stuck behind Hud Strickland. I was watching them, and I was like, man, that don't look good. And so it looks like they all just got stacked up going into turn 3. Yeah, no one's really making a move, and then they try to make a move at the same time, and the 33 just puts the 22 in the wall, and then I sneak by right there. Right there. Yeah, pretty good. And I got my left side tires right on the line, just like Hamilton here. I was just following him. Kept control of the car. That looked pretty good. Okay, so that was just a one-car accident. Then this restart was a mess. And I feel like I was running in traffic for like 40 laps after this restart. Where am I at? I started right up towards the front. Let's see. Okay. All right, here we're lining up. Let's see, where am I? There I am. And I hate starting in this position. I'm literally like right in the middle where all the nonsense is going to happen. It's such a dangerous place to restart right there. It's still double file. You don't know if you got slow cars up here. I was the four. I Yeah, these guys were on the tail end of the lead lap, so I didn't know if they pit or not. If they had old tires or what. It's and then Hut Strickland is a few cars in front of me, and that's funny. Like even though Hut Strickland is 3 cars ahead of me on this restart, I don't think I passed Hut Strickland until like 30 laps after we took the green flag. I got so mixed up in all of this racing. It took forever for me to finally catch back up to him. I mean, yeah, it's just a mess. All right, so I give myself a little space. That's smart. Yeah, Ken Schrader gets under me there. Yeah, Ricky Rudd was all over my bumper here. Looking in my rearview mirror was just scary. I'm maybe like half a car up the groove where I should be, and it just like gives him the opportunity to start looking like he wants to make it 3 wide and put me on the outside. And that's where it's really easy to get spun out. See, right there, I'm way high. See, that was not good. Right here, I'm way high going into the corner. He easily could have stuck his nose in there. Yeah, and I'm looking in the mirror right there and thinking, uh-oh, this may be the end of the race right here. Oh, God, it's so close. I mean, he's right up on my rear end. But I guess I did just enough to keep him from trying to make that move. But that is so dangerous. See, and it's hard because then you run into these cars ahead of you, which slows you down, which only allows Ricky Rudd to get back on your bumper. It's like, it's a lose-lose. And look, I mean, I don't know if I can see this on YouTube, but it looks like the way I'm going, like the car gets so unstable right there and starts like getting loose and then kind of saving it, trying to stay in that lane, and it's just so dangerous. Yeah, oh, and then Ricky gets right back up on my bumper right there. Yeah, him. Yeah, oh, okay, I remember them going 3 wide right here too. Yeah, Ricky's right back on my bumper. I'm trying to stay tight to Jimmy Spencer. And it looks like Rusty is then going to try and get under me 3 wide, but in the end, that just slowed these guys down. But I'm still just stuck on the outside, and it's just like there's really nowhere to go. But I think I'm doing a pretty good job of holding my line. And then I finally get in front of the 01. Let's see. And then there was another time I was 3 wide too. It was with Nadu and I think it was Nadu and John Andretti. Yeah, there I kind of stuck my nose under Mark Martin. God, it's getting all stacked up right here too. Okay, I was 3 wide, passing Bill Elliott and Jimmy Spencer. But that 3 wide looked a lot better than the one on the start. I think I did a better job of staying on the line to make sure I was giving them plenty of room. And, I hate making these 3 wide moves. It's just too dangerous on lap 105 of 267. you know, you're just asking to wreck, but at the same time, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, oh man, look at all this open space up here. If I can just get past Jimmy Spencer and Bill Elliott here, then I can get kind of single file and get some room around me instead of having Andy Houston right up on my bumper and then I'm right up on Jimmy Spencer's bumper. And so I get a little aggressive there, just trying to get past and get some room. Thankfully, it paid off. Got past those guys, and then I had at least a little bit of space. Yeah, see, then it's much more comfortable when you got a little bit of room like that. But I didn't do a very good job of holding it because Andy Houston was a lot faster than me, and so was Ricky Rudd. All right, where was that part with Andretti and was it Andretti? Andretti and Nadu. That's who it was. And by the way, see, so here's Tony Stewart, and he was, yeah, he was seventh. So it's taken him all this time to work through all this traffic. And I mean, but he was clearly faster than me. It's, it's kind of funny. It's like if you're the fastest car, then you're just constantly passing people. If you're the slowest car, you're constantly getting passed. If you're a middle of the road car, then you got to watch out for trying to pass the slow cars and let the fast cars get around you. Okay, I remember this. This was a really cool part of the race. I'm sitting here racing Mark Martin side by side. I'm on the outside, and we went like this for like 2 or 3 laps, I think, where I'm just running this outside line, diving pretty far into the corners. And then eventually, okay, right here. Right here, eventually Mark gets in front of me, and then Nadu is passing me, but then the 43 gets under Nadu. Like, Nadu just lets him get under there, and then I'm 3 wide on the outside. And it's so hard to know, like, hey, you're 3 wide here. And the sponsor, or the spotter, I don't think the spotter gave me a warning like, hey, you're 3 wide. Let's see this from the helicopter. Man, okay, so I did pretty good, I think, getting in the corner. Right here, I'm giving them just enough room, and then I'm staying high in the 3rd lane. And then by the time we come off the turn, I'm back 2 wide. And then I think I passed both of these guys on the outside or something right here. Yeah. Like, what was up with that? I want to look at that from my cockpit too. Okay. Okay, so here's Nadu right next to me. Here's Andretti kind of behind Nadu. And so I'm glancing up at my mirror. And so right here I know, okay, Nadu's on my inside. We're double file. Andretti's right behind Nadu. So right here we're fine. And then right here, it's almost like I can see the 43 gets kind of low. And that's where I think, oh crap, he's trying to make a pass on Nadu. And then right there you can see like he's on the inside of Nadu here. And Nadu and me are so close because Nadu is now running in the middle. But there's no warning from the spotter. Yeah, I mean, I've just gotten to where I'm on the lookout for that kind of stuff. This happens a lot at Talladega. We're going down the back straightaway where there's a car next to me side by side, and if you're not careful, the car behind this car will get low, and then you're three wide on the outside. And if you try and turn into the turn normally, you just end up spinning across the hood of the guy in the middle. So I was watching this, and when the 43 is right up on his bumper, I know, okay, this could be dangerous. Yeah. So I went just high enough to avoid that. That's a great shot. All right, I like looking at these replays. I want to look at this. Ugh. But I gave him plenty of room, so I think I did okay. And then right here, they go all slow into the turn, and so then I'm like, all right, I'll just pass them both right here in the outside line. And sometimes that outside line would work, and sometimes it wouldn't. And just right there it worked for some reason. All right, so that was some cool racing after that restart. I think the next thing was, I think there was a pit stop under green. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is under green. Okay, this is where I was the first car to pit, as that tire was red, and I almost stayed out too late and got a flat. Yeah, but I was doing okay coming on pit road. Did okay coming off. You know, one mistake I made right here, I saw the 21 in my mirror, and he was pitted like 2 stalls in front of me. And so I went to hit the brake to let him by, and I accidentally hit the clutch. So I got my feet all tangled up. See right there, that could have been bad if we had made contact right there. All right, let's see. And then the next incident was the huge wreck. On the back straightaway. And okay, it was right in here. Right here. So there's me. Yeah, cars just all over the place here. You know, the most dangerous thing I feel like coming up on a situation like this is not really like avoiding these cars. It's avoiding these cars right behind me. So right here, I'm thinking, okay, it looks pretty blocked. And so then I just look in my mirror and I see Spencer's all over my bumper. So I moved down right as Spencer was moving down, and I kind of cut him off. So then Spencer goes high. And then I look down, and Jarrett is coming at me all fast here. How fast is he going? 135. I'm going 128. So then I'm worried about him running me over, but I'm like, you know, I'm just going the grass. There's obviously going to be a caution, so why even risk it? Just go in the grass, let them all wreck each other, and just stay in the race. All right, let's see what happened here. Looks like it might have started with these guys. Yeah, it started with Compton. Was he already going really slow? No, they had hit the wall. Okay, so Brett Bodine just hits him and they both go on the wall. Then coming off the turn, Sadler just runs into him. And then they just stack up right there. let's see. Yeah, that's where Mark Martin got all his damage. So then they're all busted up. Then Hud Strickland gets in between Kenny Wallace and the 01. What happened to Schrader there? Schrader flies into it. Right there. Okay, he gets a piece of the 92. The 90 also, and hits the wall. So after that, that knocked a lot of good cars out of the race. Let's see, was there? Okay, yeah. So there, the 55 goes flying in, and that's where Junior got damage and the one car, and they were slow the whole rest of the race. Yeah, what a mess. Oh, and is that the pace car? I think that was the pace car. Yeah, there's the pace car right there. Yeah, it looked like that was it. Okay. Alright, so survived that mess. Where am I at? Okay, there I am going through the grass. You know, the only thing I was kind of worried about here is if the leader came around and was going to pass me, then I would lose another lap, and that would be a really lame way to lose another lap. So I think right in here, I hit F2 and did the relative just to see if the leader was coming up on me, so that I could stay on the lap I was on, which at this point I was one lap down. But I gained 5 spots just right there from 21st to 16th. All right, so then we go green. What's Buckshot doing way back there? And then there was another wreck here on like 210 or something. And this one was behind me. I think it was in turn 2. Okay, right here, it looks like Bill Elliott was in it. Buckshot. Looks like Buckshot just runs right into him. What's with this TV tower right in the way? Obstructed view. Yeah, Buckshot just runs into him. And that's when Bill Elliott hit the wall. So then that was a caution. And it was this caution. I pit, I got fresh tires, and the AI only like maybe, what, 6 or 7 other cars pit? Yeah, see, these guys pit, but they were all damaged already. He was damaged. Spencer, I don't think he had damage. Mark Martin was all busted up. And that was it. Okay, Ricky Rudd pit, and Ricky Rudd won the race. So that was the right strategy move right there, to pit on this caution. I don't know why the other AI didn't do it, but because Rudd pit, he had fresher tires, and he ended up passing everyone and winning. And because I pit, I had fresher tires, and I ended up passing everyone I could pass and getting 6th. Yeah, the AI really screwed up that last caution with the pit strategy. Does Red have a little damage? I don't know. Eh, he looks okay. Yeah, so Rudd started. He's in 7th. Let's see. Yeah, there's Rudd right there, starting seventh, and because he passed all these cars and won the race because he had fresh tires, and these guys had like 20 laps on their tires, and well, it was about 15, I think, because the caution came out around 199. And then here I am in the back with fresh tires, and I end up passing all these guys and lapping Mark Martin to get that position. I passed Kevin Harvick in this last run, so I ended up passing pretty much the whole field except for some of these lead cars. Yeah, I mean, they everyone should have gotten tires on this last caution. I don't know why they didn't. That was pretty dumb of them. But and then it was just a run to the checkers, and that was the race. I come home in sixth. Ricky Rudd wins it, and see, Ricky Rudd had a 10-second lead. I mean, if there's a caution, you got to get fresh tires. I mean, especially with what was there like 40 laps to go or 50 laps to go. I mean, that was dumb not to get tires right there. But that 40 or 50 laps is plenty of time for Rudd to pass all these guys and get a 10-second lead on them. And then some of these dudes, because they didn't pit under caution, ended up having to pit under green, like Tony Stewart, Rusty Wallace. Those guys pit, and they lost positions to me. I don't know, not very smart. Okay, I exported. I saved. Done. Ricky Rudd wins it. Okay. Here's the real race. Quite frankly, this race was not very good. There were 13 cautions for 70 laps, and down here, it shows, yeah, the percentage of the race under caution. 26% of the race was run under caution. Average green flag run of only 14 laps. It was not good, and they were reckoned from turn one, lap one. The 92 of Stacy Compton and the 19 of Casey Atwood got together in the first turn, and the guys in the booth, Bill Weber was trying to blame Casey Atwood and was trying to get Casey Atwood to like blame himself in the interview, and Casey Atwood was like, "No, it wasn't my fault," and then later in the race, Stacy Compton wrecked again, and they interviewed Stacy Compton then, and Stacy Compton apologized for it and took blame for it. So I don't know why they were trying to blame Casey Atwood for that wreck so much. Kind of ridiculous. I think they were just trying to play it up like all these young guys getting in wrecks on the first lap. Now they need to like take their punishment and admit on national TV that they made a mistake, kind of thing. It was really dumb. But anyway, so Jeff Gordon won it. He was running up front the whole time. He led 53 laps. Rusty Wallace led a lot of the race. Rusty could have been up there to win, but he sped on pit road. And it was really obvious when he sped on pit road too. Like he passed like three cars on pit road. It didn't look good at all. So they penalized him. He ended up making up a lot of positions to finish fourth, but he really should have been fighting for the win. Yeah, Ryan Newman did well. This was his rookie season. He finished second. Ricky Rudd was up there in third. Marlin, Martin, Presley, a good run, and Presley ran really good. I think he ran really good at Chicago too. It is basically like the same racetrack. Stewart, Bush, Blaney, Burton, and they had 16 cars on the lead lap. There's Derek Cope in the CLR car that I couldn't find. But yeah, the race was not very good. There was a lot of cautions. And then this is also the time period when they would have a caution with like 10 laps to go, and the NASCAR would throw the red flag, and then everyone would just sit around for like 15 minutes and wait for them to clean the track so that we could do the last 5 laps. Um, I Me personally, I don't know why we couldn't just end races under caution. I never had an issue with that. But there was too much pressure, I guess, from people complaining that it should end under green, and so NASCAR caved and started red flagging races, and then did the green white checker. Probably a hot take. I think most people like the green white checker and stuff, but I don't know. I hated it even back then. I would have rather they just finished the race under caution. I mean, if people are gonna wreck with 5 to go, them's the breaks, man. Like that's racing. Sorry. If you wanted a chance to get the lead, you should have taken it with 6 to go. I mean, I guess that's the way I always looked at it. And no one ever complained when Dale Earnhardt won the Daytona 500 under caution. But it was and fun fact, the spring Richmond race in 1998 was the first race when they threw the red flag so that they could clean up the track and have a shootout at the end. And even in that race, there was another wreck on that restart after the red flag, and it still finished under caution. So it didn't make much sense to me, but whatever. All right, well, if anyone watched that, thanks so much for watching. I think it was a great race. I had a lot of fun with it. That restart was crazy, and then doing a lot of strategy and stuff, and the AI not really doing strategy helped me get a much better position than I thought I'd get. I thought I'd finish probably around 20th. So 8th place or 6th place is pretty good. All right. Well, that is it for this one.